Okay, so let's start. It is 8:30 in the morning in Montreal, and I'm assuming 1:30 in the afternoon in the UK. So good afternoon and good morning wherever you are. Thank you for joining to this webinar for to tell you what's new on the new software update that will be done next week on the Prodigi suite on the Connect 12. Um, so This little webinar, we will start off with a little PowerPoint presentation talking about the Connect 3.0 in a nutshell. What's new, all the features that are new in this software. And by the way, this webinar will be recorded and will be shared with you guys after the webinar. Okay, so what's new, all the features that are new in 3.0. The update process, I'm going to talk a bit about the update process. And a bit of hands-on. So I live hands-on with you guys. And feel free, if you have any questions, type in the chat or the Q&A, and I'll try to address them as they come in. So Connect 3.0, in a nutshell, multitask. See at distance and take notes or read your notes at the same time on the same screen to be more productive. Share and work using Prodigi Connect 12 and the PDF files. Go paperless. We all know that the PDF format is widely used in order to share information. So Prodigi, the Connect 12 can support now, can support the import and the export of PDF files. Have a question? No problem. We have a new help application that you're able to see all the web capsules and the past webinars, all the recorded webinars that have been done in the past, and much more features that will come in future versions. Give your opinion. You'll be able now to give your opinion on the current version of the Prodigi suite on the Connect 12, and also give an open-ended opinion or feedback on the product. And this is really helpful for us as a company in order to be able to address all your needs and to improve on the future of the product. So the features, a split screen. So the split screen, like I was saying previously, it will split your screen horizontally with the magnifier application and the distance application. So you can see both at the same time on the same screen. Import and export PDF documents. So you can import a PDF document, annotate it, save it, and then export it back to whoever you want to share the information. A help application to help us guide you through how to use the product, and also to give us feedback. There's a new procedure in place to change voices. This is in order to have a good foundation, because in the next versions we'll be implementing an option to have more than 2 voices on the Connect 12 to support that. So we changed a bit of the procedure in order to have that foundation. And like I said, that's going to permit us in future versions to be able to install more than 2 voices on the Connect 12. Run the OCR option. So let's say you have imported a PDF, and that PDF has no text in it, but it's an image, and you'd like to have the OCR run on it. Then there's an option that we added that you can run the OCR on that document. New language support, Turkish and Arabic. So I'll do a bit of an example on the Arabic side of things. The update process, it's going to be done in a 3-part update. The first part and the second part will be done simultaneously, meaning that the first step in the process next week is going to be the update of Prodigi Updater. Prodigi Updater is an application that updates the whole software for you guys automatically. Once that Prodigi Updater is updated, it will start automatically the update of the Prodigi Suite software. The Prodigi Suite software, I'm talking about books, distance application, calculator, the settings, everything that you see in the main carousel of the software. it will be updated. And then a third part, which is a bit longer to do. And keep in mind that all these 3 steps, you need a Wi-Fi connection. But that third step is going to be a bit longer. It's a 1.2 gigabyte update. It's going to be an Android update. And this Android update will help a lot on the autofocus. We have implemented a new autofocus algorithm on the camera. A lot of people were saying that the focus was done too many times when reading or when taking a picture and things like that. So we have improved on that algorithm. So that Android update is necessary to get that new algorithm, but not necessary to get all the features that I'm going to show you today in Prodigi. So you can wait a bit to do that third part until you're connected to a Wi-Fi network and you have time on your hands. Okay, so I'm going to switch to my webcam and we'll do a bit of a live hands-on, and we're going to see all the new features on the Prodigi software suite. Okay, so the first thing on our list was the split screen. So what you do to activate the split screen, you turn on your camera, your distance camera, and you go into your distance application. Once the camera has successfully connected to the Connect 12, you will see that there's a little arrow on your left-hand side of the screen. So if you click on that, it will split the screen into 2. So the bottom part will be your magnifier application, and the top part will be the distance application. So you notice that right now there's a red rectangle that is circling or is at the perimeter of the distance application. That means that we have selected that application and we can pinch and zoom on the document on the distance. And the same goes for the magnifier. So if I go and select that magnifier application, I can pinch and zoom on that document. Okay. If you'd like to go in one of them, you highlight the application that you want to go in, and you tap again on it, and you're switched automatically to the magnifier application. You can use, again, the arrow on the left-hand side to split your screen, or another nice feature is use a swipe from left to right, and that will bring you automatically to the distance application. And the same goes if you're in the distance application, you can swipe again from left to right, and that will bring you to the magnifier application. And you also have access to the arrow that I showed you at the beginning. So that's for the split screen function. Next in our plate, import and export of PDFs. I have a couple examples. PDFs, if you have access to a PDF either on the tablet, you can access it through the Explorer app that is installed on the Connect 12, or if you have it on the Google Drive, a Dropbox, you can download them. Even on an email, you can download it on the tablet and then open it through the download application. So we'll try that together. What I'll do is I have a couple of PDFs that is in my Google Drive. So I'll just take a nice little book here from Edgar Allan Poe, and I will. This is in my folder, my Google folder application, and I can select Open With from there. And there's going to be a little pop-up that's going to pop up with a selection of applications that you can use. Right now we're in the Google application, but if I want to use a Prodigi, it's the first one on the list, and I can select Prodigi. And what this is going to do is that Prodigi is going to load that document inside Prodigi. So right now it's converting it. So it's depending on the number of pages that you have on the document, that will determine the time that it's going to take to convert and to import into Prodigi. Once the conversion and the importing is done, you'll be brought to the gallery, to where the document was imported. So Prodigi, what Prodigi did, it created a document inside your your gallery application that you can click on it, and you'll see all the pages that were in the document. Here I think we have like 50, we have 10 pages here. So it's a short story. So what you can do is that you can click on it, and there's two types of PDFs out there. There's one that's going to have text in the PDF. When the PDF is created, there's a specific format that you can keep the text inside. So if that's done, then we're good to go. We have the diamond edge already done for us. We don't need to do the OCR. But there's other types of PDFs that is an image. So if that's the case, what you can do is that you can run the OCR on it. I'm just going to try to see if I have a, I don't. But if I had an image, what I would do, I would press and hold on the document. Let's import one. So I'm going to go back to my Google Drive here, and I will select one which but it's mathematics, so it's not going to have any OCR. But this is for an example here. I will open it just like I did. It will convert it and bring me to my gallery application, and I can open that document. Now the OCR was not done on there. Oh, it did. Nice example. So what you can do is that you can select your page, and you'd like to annotate. Let's say I want to highlight a specific passage in the book. I can do so with the handwriting tool, and I can highlight a specific part of the book that I'd like, or I can write on it and then go back, and that annotation will be saved on that document. And if I'd like to share that document with someone, I can press and hold the page that I'd like to share or the document that I'd like to share, and there's going to be an action menu. So each time you press and hold on a specific item on your gallery application, you will have the option of sharing or exporting this document or this image. So the share and export, the difference between the two: share will offer you some applications to share the information with other people. So Google Drive, Dropbox, Gmail, applications like that you can share the information with others. Export will just export it. It will export your document and open up the Explorer app that is inside the tablet. So let's try both. If I'd like to share this document, I click on it, and there's three options. I can share it either in PDF, in a JPEG format, or in text format. In our case, we're going to try PDF. After I selected PDF, I can select the application that I'd like to share it to. So in my case, I'm going to try the Google Drive. So by doing that, Google Drive will pop up. The application of Google Drive will pop up with the information that I need here: the title of the PDF, the account I'm using for my Google Drive, and the folder that I like to share it in. So I'm just going to press save here. And that's it. I have shared my information with the annotation. If I'd like to just export that document, again, press and hold on the document, export, and we have the same three formats that we can export it into. In our case, I'm going to select PDF. It's going to convert everything to PDF, and I have exported my my document into PDF, and the Explorer application pops up for us to see this is where I have stored the document. And you can click on it and open it in any other documents, any other application that I like to use. Good. Next on our list, the new help application. So if you have a question, or you'd like to refer to webinars, or if you'd like to have leave feedback, there's a new help application, a new icon that was added to the far right of the main menu. So if we click on that, there is two options to you. So you can open up YouTube with tutorials, or you can leave feedback. So if we decide to go into YouTube tutorials, it will bring you to another menu, which is the tutorials, the web capsules on Prodigi Connect 12, or the past webinars that have been recorded. So if I select Prodigi Connect 12, this will open the YouTube application on the tablet to, if I'm connected to the internet, to the playlist where all my capsules are. There's quite a few right now. There's already some that have been uploaded. And I'll be adding some more, and I'll be talking a bit. These web capsules are about a minute or two, not more than 5 minutes, but they talk about all the features that are offered on the Prodigi Connect. The webinars, the same thing for the webinars. So if I click on the webinars, it's going to bring you to a playlist of webinars. Right now I only have one. It's one of the past webinars that I did in November of last year. So you can click, this is going to be in YouTube again. So you can click on that, and you're using the YouTube application. So if I go back, the feedback option, in the feedback option, you'll have the questions on the current version of Prodigi. So that survey is just to help us see if the new features that we have included in the version are useful to you, and to have feedback from you guys. That survey will pop up after 7 days after the installation. If you don't want to answer the survey, you just click no, and it's never going to come back. But if you do answer, that's a good information for us to help you in the next versions. But let's take a look at what kind of questions. For this example, I have you can have questions that you can type in your answer. And other questions, the majority of the questions will be multiple choice. So you can select your choice, yes or no, or A or B. So, and then at the end, it's going to be sent to us anonymously. So I don't need your email. I just want to have your feedback. Once you have answered all the questions and you have submitted the survey, the only thing that you'll see when you click feedback is going to be an open-ended question. So just feedback. So you can write in anything you'd like in the text box. Good. Moving along, in this version, we have also played around with the talkback, so we support more of the talkback options. In the talkback, when you activate it on the tablet, you can go through all the buttons now. So all the buttons in the button banner, like on the magnifier, when you're using the magnifier, there's a button banner at the bottom of the screen. In the last version, we didn't go through all these buttons for you in TalkBack. Now we do support it, so we can loop on those buttons, and it's going to tell you which buttons you're on top and you can use. So that's, TalkBack is, I would say, 95% supported now in Prodigi. The only application where it's not supported is going to be for the handwriting tool. Arabic, some new Arabic language support. So I'd like to show you this Arabic support, which is pretty nice. I'm just going to see if I have my Arabic language installed, which I do, and it's going to bring me to the new procedure on how to change a voice on Prodigi, on the Connect 12. Right now, on my tablet, we can see that I have two voices installed. One is in Arabic, and the other one is in English. Right now, my interface, my Connect 12, the interface is all going to be in English because that's what I have selected because of the checkbox. If I'd like to change the English to French, let's say, what I need to do is I have to go into configuration. As you notice, previously it was called others. I found that a bit ambiguous, so now it's called configuration, but because that's where you have to go and configure your voices options. So we have here two voices selected, one in English and one in Arabic. Right now in this version, I'm only supporting two voices at a time. So what I have to do first is I have to go on and uncheck my English voice, come back, and then we're going to go and select our French voice. So for our people in France, I'm going to select Manon. and then I just go back to the main menu of the voice, and it's going to ask me, do you want to replace the voices? You click yes. If you're connected to the internet, it's going to download the new voice and install it on the Connect 12. So I'm just going to wait a bit here, and then we're going to go through a couple of examples for the Arabic language. Please feel free to ask any questions in the chat if you do have any. And Pedro, you are a panelist, so you can use your mic if you'd like to.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Okay, so I have a question here. How would a visually impaired user go from the Prodigy application to the Android environment? Start Google Drive and import a document PDF back to Prodigy via the context menu. If you have a low vision, how would you do that in a smart way? Okay, so to go out from Prodigy into Android, there is a gesture, a 4 or 5 finger press and hold gesture that can be done anywhere in Prodigy. This press and hold with 4 or 5 fingers is going to bring you automatically to the Android desktop. So I can just press my 5 fingers on the screen and I'm out into the desktop of Android. And then I can use any application on Android. Using TalkBack, you can use the same gesture. It's going to be a bit tricky because TalkBack uses its own gestures. So there's going to be an extra tap to that gesture. Or what you can do is that using TalkBack, you can swipe to the settings application and then go and select exit to Android in that menu. That will bring you to the desktop of Android, and then using again TalkBack in Android, you can swipe through the applications that are on the desktop or even in the application menu in Android. So you would navigate using TalkBack in Android. So I have another question. How does the read aloud function work as well in Arabic? It will read aloud Arabic documents using the PDF. So you can import an Arabic PDF, and that's what I wanted to do right now with you guys. I'm just going to change my language in my menus here because I'm not fluent in the Arab language. So what we'll do an example in Arabic language. I have a document, a PDF document that I have in my Google Drive. So I'm going to use my gesture to go into Android. I will open up my Google Drive and go and get a, sorry, it's not in my Google Drive. So I will go into my Explorer application, and I have an Arabic document here. And this Arabic document that I'm going to import has English and Arabic in it. I'm going to open it up into Prodigy. It's going to convert it, and we're ready. So this is my document. If I open the document has text. It has detected, has a diamond edge text on there. And I have Arabic language, and also I have a couple of English words. So it's a document on information systems. So if I start reading, I'm going to boost up the volume here for you guys to hear. And I'm going to start reading anywhere here in the document. Sorry, I was in French. I'm going to change my voice into Arabic. I will come back. Since my words are in English, I'm better off with the English language here instead of French. So I'm going to show you at the same time the process of changing a voice again. And I will. So I'm going to look at questions here. I had a couple questions that were on there, and we're going to come back to the Arabic. When the new version will be available? The new version will be available next week. We're aiming for next Monday. You'll have an email when the new version will be available. Can I change the menu right to left or left to right? I'm assuming this change the menu from right to left or left to right. This is in Arabic language. I'd like to know a bit more about that question before continuing on. Okay, so I have downloaded my voice, English voice. I'm going to select English. Okay, so we're ready. We have the English language and the Arabic language on my tablet. And I'm going to go back to my document that I have imported in Arabic. And I'm going to start reading. Okay, so I can start reading at the beginning of the document here.
وحسب تعريف IT وتختصر إلى Information Technology تقنية المعلومات أو تكنولوجيا المعلومات بالإنجليزية هي دراسة، تصميم، تطوير، تفعيل.
I hope that everybody heard what was happening in the document here. It started reading in Arabic, in the Arabic language, and then when it found an English word in the document, it switched my TTS to my Heather voice that I had installed on my tablet, and it uses that and pronounces correctly the English word. So that I can do in Arabic language. I can do that in Chinese also, is available, because the alphabet is totally different between the two, so I can detect if it's English or Arabic. If I had French on the document, it would I would use a French voice, and it would pronounce the words correctly. So that was for the Arabic read out loud question. So we imported a PDF document, so we can use that to read some Arabic, and I can use the annotate application, the handwriting tool, to annotate in any document and then save it and then share that information with others, like I can do in English or French or any other language. What we can do also in Arabic is that we can use a copy and paste option. What we can do is that we can go into a website, copy and paste that information, come back into my carousel application in Prodigi, and use the text application. If I go into text, it's gonna, if I have something in my clipboard, I'm gonna have paste here instead of empty, and I can paste the document here, and it will start reading out loud in Arabic. I have another question here. Will it be possible to have distance camera application in simple mode? Not for this version. It's coming. It's in the books for the version coming up, version Prodigi version 4.0, which is going to be available at the end of the year, most probably. I'm going to see about that, but it's going to be available in the next version that we're working on. Okay. I think I covered everything, so I'm going to let people ask questions, and feel free to ask questions in the chat, and I will answer them. Pedro, again, if you want to jump in, be my guest. You're able to jump in and use your mic.
Eric, one of the questions that Shaul asked was with regard to the menus going on the other from left to right or right to left.
Yes.
In Arabic, the menus do automatically go onto the right, don't they?
Yes, exactly. We can show that live now because I have the Arabic language installed on the tablet. But if I go and select the Arabic language, everything's going to switch. As you can see the arrow here, it's going to switch to the other side. So if I select the Arabic language, everything switched. That's good. How is it possible to have the icon very big on the tablet? Again, that's in the books. We're working on that, having a fully adapted or accessible default home application. My vision is that instead of using my 4-finger or 5-finger gesture and going into the Android desktop that everybody sees, I'm going to take out that automatically out. I'm going to take out that gesture automatically, and we're going to stay into Prodigi and your Prodigi Connect 12 application, because and everything's going to be done in there with bigger icons, with our menus that are in there. That's a lot of work, so we're working on that, and you'll see it in future version. It's coming, but for now, in the Android system, you can go into settings, into accessibility, and there's all kinds of accessibility options that you have on here that can be used. You have talkback. You can select to speak, switch access. There is also magnification gestures. When you activate those magnification gestures, what that will do is that if you triple tap anywhere in the screen, it will zoom that section for you. So let's say I'm on the desktop and I'd like to see the one of the icons a bit more. I triple tap, and it's going to zoom in for me. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but right now this is what can be done for now. Like I'm saying, we're working into developing a new launcher, a new accessible launcher. Any other questions? Okay, so Pedro, if you don't have anything else to add, I'm finished the webinar. We went through all the features that was available.
I'd just like to say thanks very much, Eric, and thanks for everyone for attending today.
Well, thank you very much. Of course, yeah, thank you for your precious time. I took about an hour of your time, but thank you very much for listening to me. And if you have any other questions, please do not hesitate to contact us, and we'll answer you as quickly as possible. Thank you, and have a nice day. Nice rest of the afternoon.